Right, where are we going? Hello everyone, and welcome back to Skopje in North Macedonia, or the Republic of Macedonia. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Skopje in North Macedonia, or the Republic of Macedonia, depending on which YouTube viewer you speak to. Anyway, this is part 3 of my series coming from this country, and in previous videos we've checked out the history of Skopje, we've checked out all the statues, and in the last video we went up Mount Vodno, which by the way I will never be doing again. If you want to know why, check out that video. In this video today we're having some food. So I'm at a little place in the Old Bazaar, and you might recognise this dish. It's called Tavče Gravče, which is very similar to Plebranec in Serbia. I had that when I was in Belgrade. Both of those are very difficult to pronounce, by the way. So I have bread, look at that lovely bread, and I have Tavče Gravče, which is basically beans in an earthenware pot, and it's in this pot to keep it warm. And Tavče, tava, I believe in Turkish, is pan or pot, and even though it's boiling hot today, in the middle of August, I'm not really bothered because just look at this. I love beans. Let's tuck in. First of all, even though this is a bit of a touristy area, it feels very authentic in terms of the feeling. You've got the mosque call to prayer in the background. I have Tavče Gravče. It's very small. I thought it would be bigger. The one I had in Belgrade was much larger, and it had a huge sausage, kobasica, in the middle. But yeah, let's tuck in. It is hot. So Tavče Gravče, similar to Plebranec, is made of butter beans, onions, oil, a bit of paprika, and the way that it's cooked is very interesting. As with many dishes in the Balkans, home cooked food, domasa, is it? Domasa, homegrown. It's very popular, and the thing about this, it takes a long time to make, as with many dishes. It's boiled in water, the beans obviously, and then the water is replaced over and over again, and what this does, it gets rid of the sugars which are difficult to digest, which causes, you know, farting, flatulence. I've got to say, this bread looks absolutely amazing. Very authentic. It's not like, you know, a loaf of bread you get from the supermarket. This is proper bread. Crispy on the top, golden brown, soft in the middle. It very much reminds me of like being in the UK, having like a hot soup in the winter, or baked beans even. Baked beans on toast, you know, but obviously this is much more authentic and interesting than a can of Heinz beans. That bread is delicious. Let's have some bread with some beans. Look at those beans. Let's sort the focus out so you can see it properly. Okay, that's the best you're going to get. There are also a variety of peppers in this, and honestly I was expecting it to be a bit more spicy. It's quite mild, which actually is alright given the temperatures at the moment. So as you can see, I finished it. It's empty. That's a good sign that it was good. And even though it was small, actually it's quite filling. Obviously beans are generally quite filling anyway, but that was stunning. Even though I'm on a 500 calorie a day diet at the moment, I'm having a day off. Right, I'm back home. I'm just pretending that I'm walking back in again for the YouTube. But actually I needed the toilet, so I couldn't be bothered. But anyway, I thought I would show you around my place, as this video is actually kind of 2A rather than episode 3, because this Tavče Gravče was meant to be in the last video. So anyway, let's start off here. Keep in mind that I've been here for 3 weeks and it is lived in, so sorry it's a mess. Yeah, my clothes are drying. What's in here? Bathroom. There's the bog. There's my straighteners, which are still the only thing remaining from 1,365 days ago when I left the UK. This nice big room here, I can work over there. Wi-Fi is really good, nice big sofa, TV. For the first time in 4 years I've been able to watch the Formula 1 on the TV, which is great. And a nice kitchen with an oven. It's really cool. This is probably one of the best Airbnbs I've stayed in for a very long time. So thank you, Skopje. And by the way, I've got 2 balconies. We're going to go out there now. This part of the video is for long-term viewers and subscribers. I've got... what are you doing? Will someone just stop turning their car on? Right, in case you hadn't noticed, it is the next day now. Because of the car issue, and also I watched it back yesterday what I filmed, and I realised I missed half of the things out I wanted to say, so I'm doing it again. It's a bit quieter now. And I was going to say, I was going to have rakia in this video. You might have seen the shot earlier of the rakia place, but I realised I had English lessons like an hour after I was filming, so I didn't think it was that professional to be off my nut on Skype. So we'll have some more rakia when I'm in Ohrid, which is coming this weekend, a couple of videos time. Right now I wanted to do a bit of an update. So this part of the video is very much for long-term viewers or subscribers, so if you don't give a shit about me, you can piss off. Bye, Hans. I'm joking. But if you are still here, thank you. So yeah, I haven't really done an update like this for probably since when I was in Minsk, a long time ago. Primarily because I do that sort of stuff on my website now, so you might have noticed that since I've been back from my summer break, all of the videos have been travel related. That's intentional. And there's kind of 2 updates I want to go through really. I'll try and do this to the best of my ability. I'm not very good with speaking sometimes, especially at this time in the morning. So the first thing is, there's a car again. I'm taking a break from travel for about 6 months in the very near future. What does this mean? So basically I'm writing a book, or at least I'm in the early stages of planning to write a book. What I can tell you about this at the moment is that it's not about travel. There's an element of travel in it. However, it's more of a dark and gritty autobiographical account of my life through the perspective of a variety of different characters at different time frames. That's all I can tell you at the moment. It's quite dark and gritty. Think, if you're English or from the UK, it's like a cross between Skins and This Is England. You might know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's that. But in order to do that, I need to sacrifice something. So my life at the moment is at kind of 100% capacity. There is no extra time to fit anything in. So something has to give, and that thing that is going to have to give is travel. And actually, that's a positive thing, because I've been doing this now for 3 years and 10 months, non-stop, with the exception of, you know, the little short 4-week breaks I have every year for the summer. But even so, I just want to take some time off from that, to really be in one place and focus on that book. Obviously I'll still be teaching online, I'll still be doing blog posts, there will be videos still, but the actual travel element of me flying to places and getting buses, shouting at screaming children down there, will not be a thing for 6 months, and I think that's a real positive for me. So that's the first thing. Where am I going? So Patreons know where I'm going. I don't want to reveal it right now because you know what 2020 is like. Everything will probably go wrong before then, but it's somewhere that I've been before, it's somewhere that I'm comfortable in, it's somewhere where I know people, which brings me on to the next point. I hate to sound like entitled or anything, because I know people in this world, some people don't even have this opportunity. Even though kind of everything's going well, this 2020 has been actually quite positive for me in terms of income, finances, work and travel. I've been fortunate enough to travel still to a certain degree. It's not enough. What I mean by that is the fact that 4 years ago I left the UK, I set up this routine and this life, but there are certain aspects of my life that kind of stood still and haven't gone anywhere. In a way, I still feel in some ways I'm stuck in 2016. And I'm talking about things like social life, friendships, not relationships, because I don't want one. But you know what I mean, just having that like familiarity and circle of friends, which is really necessary. And I've always said, because I'm quite independent and very much a solo person, that I'm like, yeah, I don't need that, but I think I do. This is character development, right here. So being in one place where I'm familiar, where I know people, is going to be a real benefit, because if I do want to, you know, just go out for a drink or go out to a restaurant or whatever, I almost said a certain type of food then, which would have given it away, I can do that. So that's something I'm looking forward to. So what does that mean in terms of YouTube? This is a big one. So back in March when I was in Serbia, I talked about the fact that I wanted to stop doing YouTube completely because I felt that it wasn't the platform for me. That hasn't changed. It isn't the platform for me. I've described before, I think in a blog post, I'll link it down below, I'm not a YouTuber, and I appreciate the irony of you watching this on YouTube, but there's a difference between a YouTuber and what I do. So a YouTuber has YouTube as like as a primary income and looks at it as a business. They look at analytics, they look at what trends are working, they look at a certain formula in a video, and that's great if you want to do that, but I don't want to be a full-time YouTuber. It's not something that interests me. I simply enjoy making videos now because it's a hobby. Yeah, it used to be. I used to consider it more of a job, but now it's not. So I don't look at the amount of views, I don't look at subscribers, I don't know how many I've got, because I think chasing an ever-increasing, unachievable number is really toxic, and I see people like celebrating, oh, I've reached 500,000 subscribers, but for me, I'm thinking, yeah, that's great because it's a lot of hard work, but why should you be celebrating that you're gaining this validation from strangers? Why do you need that in your life? A lot of you may disagree with that, because maybe it's because of my age that I didn't grow up with social media, and whereas younger people have, so having that following aspect is something important to people. My aims haven't changed, so I've set up my website, and what I wanted to do with that was write blog posts and have kind of like a hybrid between text and photography and video, and I've done a bit of that so far, but it's going to become more prominent. And the reason why I continued doing YouTube, even after I said that I wasn't going to do it anymore, I planned all these trips to Prague and to Budapest for my birthday. That's when it was meant to end, but then Corona happened, so I thought I would just continue doing what I was doing and give people some travel content, because I knew that not everyone could travel. So what you're going to see going forward even is there will be videos, normal videos still, the occasional ones, but what you will see more of, and actually I think this will be a positive, is what is it again? Oh yeah. So yeah, those hybrid blog posts that will have short videos in, and those videos will also be on YouTube, and that might be a bit confusing for some people because it's just like a 30-second, 1-minute video, like a bite-size travel or something, because I need to put them videos somewhere in order to embed them onto my website, if you see what I mean. I don't know how I'm going to communicate that yet. Well, I'm doing it now. So actually you will probably see more videos actually. And I think this is a good thing, because not everyone wants to see me talking for, how long now? 7 minutes. And you don't want to see all these flashy montages, you just want to get to the information or the experience directly. So whether you go through my website or YouTube, you'll still see those videos. So that's it really. I'm going back to London in a few days. I'll then be going somewhere else, fingers crossed. Was going to renew my passport. I'm going to do that now at a later date. So that's that. I've rattled on for 8 minutes. I'm going to have to cut this down when I edit it. Brilliant. Yeah, thanks for watching. Next time we're going to Matka Canyon, and then to Ohrid, then back to London. I'll see you next time. Let me know if you've got any questions down below, or send me a message, whatever. Bye bye.